What is motivating me to come out and tell you what this thing costs to build? Well, there's a couple things. One, I can't stop and put diesel fuel in it without someone coming up and talking to me and asking me about the truck. And one of the questions I get most often is, what did this thing cost to build? And I often have fun letting people guess about it. So after I make this video, I'll just say, go to my YouTube channel and I'll tell you all about it. Two, I spend quite a bit of time on the forums and Facebook and various groups and Instagram, and I've been seeing some of these similar builds, not exact same build I have, but similar builds coming up for sale. And it always seems to cause a lot of infighting and accusations. And you guys who are in some of these same groups that I'm in know that there was recently a truck that came up and somebody was asking $220,000 for it. And a lot of people lost their minds about how ridiculous that was, and there's no way it costs that much to build that truck. There was just another one earlier this week, somebody was asking $180,000 for. It's kind of the same deal. So I thought I would just come out here and set the record straight. I don't plan to sell this truck. I love this truck. We built this truck to keep for a long time, but I want people to maybe understand, for the benefit of other people that are selling their trucks, kind of what really does go into one of these builds. So let's dive right into it. $229,694. That is what it costs to build this truck. And now I'm going to tell you how we got there. One thing I want to note before we jump into this in detail is I have most of the invoices from when I built this truck. I don't have all of the invoices. Where I do have the invoices, the price I'm going to give you is the price that I paid back in May of 2021 when we built this truck. Where I don't have the invoice, I'm going to give you the 2022 price. One thing to note is that the 2021 prices have probably gone up. So the prices I'm giving you now may not be 100% accurate, but they're close enough. The first thing we need if we're going to build a truck like this is we actually need a truck to build it from. So this truck, as equipped, this is a 2022 price I'm giving you because I went out and I built this truck on Ram's website today, just like I did back in 2021 when I built this truck new. So this truck, as equipped, would cost you $74,355. That does not include sales tax, dealer processing fees, any of those sorts of things. That is just the MSRP on this truck. Being that this is a flatbed build, you're going to need to buy a flatbed. So what I'm running on here is a Norweld Weekender Deluxe flatbed tray. The cost for this tray with the boxes on it is $15,650. Because this is an 8-foot bed with an 8-foot tray and a 6-foot footprint camper, we also could fit the tunnel box on here. So the tunnel box is an additional charge over and above the flatbed tray. The tunnel box has a cost of $2,695. These trays, as they come from Norweld, are raw aluminum. I didn't want a raw aluminum tray. I like the look of the black. You guys probably agree, it looks a little better, right? But there was an expense to do that. To have this tray disassembled, powder coated, and reassembled was $3,489. Now that our flatbed is all situated, we can put a camper on it. So this 4-wheel camper, as equipped, and we have solar, we have 3 lithium batteries, we have a bunch of options. We have the indoor shower, there's a whole bunch of stuff. But if you went to 4-wheel campers and configured this camper as we have it configured, that camper cost would be $60,545. So if you're following along, we've bought a truck, we've bought a flatbed, we've bought a tunnel box, and we bought a camper to put on our flatbed. And our grand total so far is $156,734. We have yet not started doing mods on the truck. So let's start digging into that. Let's start with something simple for connectivity. Our Wii Boost, which I don't have my antenna on there right now, is installed in the camper. Cost for the Wii Boost, $520. Next up, I need to lift the truck so I can fit bigger tires like this under it. And in order to do that, we went with the Carly King pin top kit. And the cost for that was $8,580. And if you thought that we were done there with suspension, you're wrong. We also needed to buy radius arms. Thurin makes these really cool ones. They have a cutout that allow us a little more clearance when we're turning the wheel, but they come with a price tag of $1,600. Now we're ready for some tires for our truck. These are Nitto mud grapplers in a 37, 13.5 R17. We need 5 of them because we need a spare. And the price for those is $1,990. And we need something to mount our tires to, so we have these Method 305 HD wheels. We need 5 of those as well, and those come with a cost of $2,225. But it doesn't stop there. We also have our Apex valve stems. These things are the best things since sliced bread if you've never seen them. And we needed 5 of those. Those come with a cost of $175. Now that we've got wheels with a way to air them down, we also have to be able to air them up, right? So in order to do that job, we have this ARB twin compressor, and it also requires a manifold kit. So the twin compressor on its own is $598, and the manifold kit is an additional $85. Now that we have this great ARB twin air compressor that we can use, that we can air our tires up with, you know what else we can do with it? Drive lockers. So we've got ARB air lockers, both front and rear in this truck. And those air lockers were $2,186 for the pair. While we're talking about the diffs, we might as well talk about the diff covers. So we're running aftermarket upgraded diff covers, both front and rear. And for the pair, those were $600. As long as we're up here at the front, I guess we should talk about this AAV HD bumper that came with a price tag of $2,711. If you're following along, we're up to $177,804 so far, and we still have more to go. Now that we have this fancy bumper, we got to put a winch in it, right? So we've got the come up 16,500 pound winch, and that came with a price tag of $1,861. We also have this nifty AV intercooler skid plate. That came with a price tag of $468. Wow, less than I expected. What do you think about these awesome white knuckle sliders? I really dig them. They had to be modified, but they're cool and they work. But those came with a price tag of $1,590. You ready for some lights? We got the Baja Designs S8 50-inch light bar. It came with a price tag of $1,300. Continuing on talking about our lights, we have these Baja Designs LP9s in amber. I really, really love these things. I run these way more often than I run that light bar up there. But the cost for these guys was $1,219. There's also wiring harnesses that are needed for both of these lights, and those come with a cost. Those are $110 for the pair. So with all these lights and lockers and so forth and compressor, we need a way to run them, right? So we got a switch system. This is the S-Pod Bantam. I love this thing. It's a great system, but it comes with a price tag, just like everything. And it is $915. Did you know that this truck can hold 63 gallons of diesel fuel to give us a pretty darn good range? A big reason we can do that is we have this Titan auxiliary fuel tank. It's a 30-gallon tank. And yeah, it comes with a price tag too. It is somewhere on my list. Where is it? Here it is. $1,959, which is pushing our total up to $187,226 so far. I probably should have talked about this earlier when I was talking about the suspension and tires and such, but it slipped my mind until now. We also have this PSC hydraulic steering system installed in this truck. That came with a price tag of, drum roll, $1,260. And we gotta have a way to communicate, right? So we have this Midland radio bundle that we installed, and it came with a price tag of $379. We also have some desert goodies in here that do things like hold our fire extinguisher, and those came with a cost of $321. We're almost there, but next up we're going to talk about the Snorkel. We have this AEV snorkel kit. The kit ran us $649. Mounted on top of this kit, we have our Cyclone pre-filter, and that came with a price tag of $278. If you're following along, we are now up to $190,113. And to make sure that we have the cleanest air possible going into our engine, we're running a K&N aftermarket filter, and it is $150. And we're overlanders, right? We're like off the pavement, we're off the grid, we're way out in the middle of nowhere. We got to protect our starting battery, right? We can't risk our truck not starting. So to help with that, we've got this Cascadia 4x4 solar panel, but it wasn't free. It came with a cost. It was $602. And we got to make sure that if we get in any accidents or, you know, anything like that, we want to have some footage of what happened, as well as, you know, we're overlanders. We take video, right? That's what we do. Helps with that. So our Blackview dash cam up here ran us $329. Next up, we go off-road, right? We need recovery gear. We always hope we don't get stuck. We hope recoveries don't need to happen, but they do. We got to be prepared. So we've got our Pro Eagle jack in here. We've got all of our straps and Factor 55 gear and tools and all that sort of stuff. I'm just grouping all that together, and I'm giving you a price tag of $2,500. We've gathered up all of our parts. We're ready to build our truck, and we are sitting at a total of $193,694. What's next? Well, you didn't think we were going to get off without paying taxes, did you? We would love that, but we don't. So tax rates are different in every state, so this may not be true for everywhere where you live, but calculating taxes where I live, we're at $9,500 in taxes. Can you believe that? Some of this stuff came with additional shipping charges. I know this because I poured over the invoices before making this video, and I was actually shocked at the number of additional shipping charges I paid. Those totaled $1,500. Okay, we're almost at the end. We've got all of our parts, we paid all our shipping, we paid all our taxes, and now we got to put the truck together. So unless you have the skills, the knowledge, the room, the tools to do this, or if you have friends that do this professionally that like to be paid in beer, you're probably going to have to pay a shop to do these installs for you. So what does the labor come to on something like this? $25,000. Yeah, it's kind of a lot. But if you do the math and you think about what the average shop rate is, and you know, somebody's spending just a little bit over 4 weeks building this truck, which you could see, you can get there pretty quick. You'd be surprised. And that's the last item on our list. There were a few things I didn't talk about. I've got some odds and ends that I didn't really include in there. One, because I really couldn't find the invoice and I wasn't 100% sure what I paid for it. Or I was just getting close to the end of the list and I was like, I can't include every single thing. Like there's a little skid plate we had built under our fuel tank. I didn't talk about that. We've got some ram ball mounts in there. We've got some few odds and ends that we bought in the camper, but I've given you guys most of the big expenses. So that is how we get to our total of $229,694 if you wanted to recreate this build. If somebody is going to sell this truck used, I don't know. There's a lot to talk about, right? I know you don't always get all of your money back that you put into it in parts and labor and such, and I certainly understand that. You know, and the truck has miles on it, all those things. Fortunately for me, I don't have to worry about any of that because I don't plan to sell this truck anytime soon. But, you know, the next time you guys see somebody out there selling a truck and they're asking a price and you're like, wow, that's insane. I can't believe that. They're crazy. I don't know. Depending on the build, you can maybe see how they got there. One last quick thing. Avis just informed me that I have to take her out for sushi because she stood out here on a Friday night at the end of a construction site here in St. George and helped me film this. So we're going to sushi. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I don't have any more money. It's all spent on this truck. Are you paying?
I'm paying.